Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 212 will go down as one of the most insane twists of recent shonen, easily next to Lucy's reveal in Black Clover. At that time, no one was expecting what happened in that chapter. It was kind of foreshadowed earlier in the series, but we need some more context before I can talk about it. In the previous chapters, it felt like one of the rare times in the series where things were going well for the protagonist, I would say. Not everything, of course. Yuki just died and Kenjaku was able to obtain Tengen for his plan of merging Japan into a giant curse. But in the calling game, Yuji was able to defeat Higuruma for his 100 points. Okay, I wouldn't say defeat because Higuruma pretty much gave up after Yuji's confession. But in any case, it works well for them. Yuta, the GOAT, was able to clear the Sendai colony with ease. He was washing them, there was no debate, and he got their points. And Hikaru was able to cut a deal with Kashimo in exchange for his points. And they were able to find and recruit Angel so she could use her curse technique to free Gojo from the prison realm. At that point, even Megumi noticed that things are going way too well for them. I don't know about y'all, but I think that was Gege trying to tell us that some shit is about to go down. Cause in Jujutsu Kaisen, nothing ever goes well for the protagonist cast. Yuji was trying to save Junpei early in the series and he died. Gojo became the strongest and then Geto became a villain. And the whole Shibuya incident are just example of shit just not going well for the protagonist. But I digress. Things were going way too well for them and the shit started to get crazy. Megumi's sister was acting weird and was able to be Urazu. So all that hard work in the calling game goes to shit. And then we arrive to the main topic of this video. Megumi, or not Megumi, but Sukuna stealing Megumi's body. I mentioned earlier that it was kind of foreshadowed throughout the whole series that Sukuna was interested in Megumi, but we never got an answer why. This moment was crazy because Gojo mentioned that only once in 1,000 years that someone was able to contain Sukuna, and that guy was Yuji. So having Megumi be able to sustain Sukuna as a vessel was a massive shock. And the way Sukuna did it was like it made so much sense because back in chapter 11, if I'm not mistaken, Sukuna made a deal with Yuji so he could use his body for like a minute if I'm not sure. I'm gonna put the panel up when I'm editing. They made a deal of Sukuna being able to use his body for a minute when he says in chain. But after that moment, Gege pretty much never mentioned it and it goes pretty much under the radar. Chapter 212 was basically the turning point for JJK last arc or the final act of the manga. Everything past that point was to set up the greatest fight in the show, Gojo vs Sukuna. That shit was an event every week. We just had to be there, and I think chapter 212 was honestly what made it all possible. Of course, Gege probably had a plan, but as a reader, I think that's like the turning point of everything just going to shit. But not in a bad way, but for the protagonist, because all that hard work in the calling game just goes to shit when Sukuna just takes over Megumi. And then they have to fight Sukuna, they have to save Megumi. And then Gojo died fighting Sukuna. And then Sukuna got his final form. And then Kenjaku just died. Bro, shit is just going crazy. But that will be all for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. Like if you enjoy. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by 2024. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I'm gonna work on it. I got different videos, I got different ideas that I'm working on by the end of the year. But like I said, don't forget to subscribe, stay safe, hope you enjoyed, and yeah.